Apex Tyranny Innovations DreadTitan MK01 591 and Rifleman Cyclone Road, Madripoor. Slide 1, Welcome and OzFun 5 Overview. Lord Melvex Corvin strides confidently to the podium, his dark attire glinting faintly under the lights. Behind him, the Apex Tyranny Innovations logo pulses with an ominous glow, framed by arcs of energy. Ladies, gentlemen, and the forward thinkers of Madripoor, welcome to a new era of racing, a time when speed, power, and innovation collide in a symphony of technological prowess. Tonight, I present to you OzFun 5 at the heart of a revolution in racing technology. Now, let me introduce you to the DreadTitan MK01, a machine that isn't just built to race here, it's built to dominate. Inspired by the unparalleled Crusader Cyclone, our team at Apex Tyranny Innovations has meticulously engineered an exoskeleton designed with one purpose in mind: racing supremacy. This isn't just about speed, it's about control, precision, and adaptability. The DreadTitan MK01 has been fine-tuned to outpace anything that dares to challenge it on the track. With its advanced gravity-compensated systems and state-of-the-art race enhancements, this machine is as agile as it is powerful, taking corners with surgical precision and cutting through the competition like a blade through the wind. And let's talk about raw firepower, not just metaphorically, but literally. The DreadTitan MK01 is built with technology taken from the Crusader Cyclone, a unit renowned for its strength and precision. Picture a machine that can hit top speeds while maintaining total control, built to withstand the most punishing environments, and, more importantly, dominate racing circuits. So tonight, I invite you to be part of something bigger. To be part of OzFun 5 and the future of racing, a future where the DreadTitan MK01 leads the charge, cutting through the pack and leaving competitors in the dust. Welcome to a world where we don't just race to the finish line, we own it. He pauses for effect, his gaze intense, as the audience stirs with anticipation. Revised speech for Slide 2, Introduction to Apex Tyranny Innovations. The screen transitions to a dramatic image of Sky Shadow Tower, its jagged silhouette illuminated by streaks of lightning, perfectly timed to thunder. At Apex Tyranny Innovations, we don't just build technology, we reinvent it. And when it comes to racing, we've redefined what it means to be the fastest. From our headquarters at Sky Shadow Tower, we've pioneered the fusion of military-grade exoskeletons and high-performance racing systems. The DreadTitan MK01 is the pinnacle of this vision, a true masterpiece of engineering. Based on the legendary Crusader Cyclone, our design draws from the very best of speed, agility, and power. The DreadTitan MK01 isn't just an exoskeleton, it's a racing machine forged in the crucible of high-octane innovation. With enhanced armor, precision sensors, and hyper-responsive controls, this exoskeleton isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about taking on the most dangerous and challenging circuits with a level of dominance that's never been seen before. But it's not just about raw power, it's about precision, adaptability, and innovation. This machine is fully customizable for different racing conditions, whether you're on off-road terrain, drag strips, or navigating through urban race circuits. The DreadTitan MK01 can take on it all, adapting seamlessly to whatever the race demands. So, why are we here tonight? To offer you the chance to not just watch racing history but to be a part of it. OzFun 5 is your opportunity to invest in a future where speed meets innovation, and where the DreadTitan MK01 isn't just a competitor, it's the champion. Lord Melvex looks around, a slow grin crossing his face, before gesturing toward the next slide. This speech keeps the focus tightly on the DreadTitan MK01, weaving in the Crusader Cyclone as a foundational inspiration for its design and function. The narrative is completely centered on racing, with the DreadTitan MK01 positioned as the cutting-edge, unbeatable racing machine. Page 2. Speech for Slide 3, OzFun 5 Overview, Racing Dominance. Lord Melvex Corvin steps forward, a spark of excitement in his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future of racing, where technology meets the track in a blaze of speed and precision. Today, I'm here to present to you the heart and soul of OzFun 5, our exclusive, race-engineered DreadTitan MK01. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's so special about another exoskeleton? Well, let me tell you this isn't just any machine. This is the ultimate racing titan, designed from the ground up for maximum speed, precision, and sheer dominance on the track. Picture this, a gravity-compensated exoskeleton that makes even the toughest tracks feel like smooth pavement. Built with racing at its core, the DreadTitan MK01 is a finely tuned machine, built for high-stakes races, where every fraction of a second matters. From its ability to navigate uneven terrain with the grace of a seasoned racer to its impressive load carriage, because sometimes you need more than just speed, this is a machine that will not only take the lead, it will leave the competition eating dust. And the best part? The DreadTitan isn't just a one-trick pony. Its adaptability means that it can be fine-tuned for different racing styles, terrains, and environments. Whether it's drag racing, off-road tracks, or even urban circuit challenges, the DreadTitan MK01 is built to take it all on. But the race doesn't stop there. OzFund 5 isn't just about a single machine, it's about securing a stake in the future of racing. With a prime property located at 591 North Rifleman Cyclone Road, Madripoor, this fund is about creating a foundation for ongoing innovation in racing tech, offering stability, growth, and unparalleled returns. So, when I tell you this is your chance to be part of the next big thing in racing, I'm not just talking about the DreadTitan MK01A, I'm talking about revolutionizing the very concept of speed itself. Are you ready to race ahead of the curve with us? Lord Melvex pauses dramatically, a knowing grin spreading across his face as he gestures to the next slide. Speech for Slide 4, Why Madripoor? The next slide showcases a vibrant map of Madripoor, where racing circuits light up the city like veins of pure adrenaline. Now, why Madripoor, you ask? What makes this city the perfect location for our DreadTitan MK01 to shine? First and foremost, Madripoor is the city of opportunity, and for us, that means racing. We're not just talking about the local tracks there, we're talking about world-class racing circuits, where the most cutting-edge machines come to prove their worth. And let me assure you, the DreadTitan MK01 is more than ready to conquer. Second, Madripoor's tax incentives and opportunity zones are the ultimate boost for tech innovators like us. If you want to invest in high-performance racing technology, this is the place to be. Add to that a market vacancy rate of only 3.6% and a robust tech ecosystem supporting high-speed innovation, and you'll see why this city is the best launchpad for our racing revolution. Finally, let's not forget the strategic location of our prime property of 591 N Rifleman Cyclone Road, right in the heart of Madripoor's racing capital. This place isn't just a piece of land, it's a gateway to the future of speed. So, let's not just talk about the future of racing, let's create it. Together, we can set the stage for the ultimate racing legacy. One track at a time. Lord Melvex grins as the audience imagines the speed and excitement ahead. This focuses entirely on the racing aspect of the DreadTitan MK01 while still tying in the financial strength of OzFund 5 and the strategic location of Madripoor for racing innovations. Page 3. Speech for Slide 5, the DreadTitan MK01A Racing Redefined. Lord Melvex Corvin strides to the center of the stage as the slide transitions to an electrifying image of the DreadTitan MK01 as sleek, streamlined exoskeleton primed for action, its metallic frame glowing against a racetrack illuminated by floodlights. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the future of racing, the DreadTitan MK01. Engineered for speed, precision, and adaptability, this exoskeleton represents the pinnacle of racing technology. It's not just a machine, it's a revolution on two legs. Every detail of the DreadTitan MK01 has been meticulously crafted for one purpose, to dominate the racing circuit. Let's take a closer look. Performance-driven mobility, powered by cutting-edge tech inspired by the legendary Crusader Cyclone, the DreadTitan features gravity-compensated systems that keep it steady and agile, even at top speeds. Whether it's cornering on a high-speed oval or navigating tight urban tracks, this beast delivers unmatched performance. Adaptability for every racer, designed with the individual in mind, the DreadTitan's customizable fit ensures peak ergonomics and control, regardless of a racer's height or build. Say goodbye to compromises and hello to a racing experience tailored to perfection. Unmatched power and efficiency, borrowing design elements from the Crusader Cyclone's advanced systems, the DreadTitan incorporates energy-efficient components that allow for extended performance without sacrificing an ounce of power. But let's not forget the Cyclone's spirit to its reputation as a giant killer. With the DreadTitan, we've harnessed that same audacious energy, crafting a machine that's ready to challenge the status quo and redefine the very limits of racing. Lord Melvex takes a step closer to the audience, his voice dropping to a dramatic whisper. Imagine a world where every curve, every straightaway, every second of the race is owned by the DreadTitan MK01. Imagine the roar of the crowd as this marvel of engineering crosses the finish line, leaving competitors in its wake. That's not just a vision, it's a promise. Speech for Slide 6, the financial edge of racing innovation. The next slide reveals dynamic financial graphs and metrics, overlaid on a backdrop of the DreadTitan MK01 in motion, its sleek form blurred with speed. Now, let's talk numbers. Because as thrilling as the racing world is, it's also a business, and the DreadTitan MK01 is an investment that guarantees returns as impressive as its performance on the track. Here's the breakdown. Market potential. With a growing demand for racing innovations, the DreadTitan's debut positions us at the forefront of an industry set to explode. Financial metrics. OzFund 5 projects an internal rate of return, IRR, of 9%, with a cash-on-cash return of 10%. These are numbers that speak to stability and profitability, ensuring investors are strapped in for a lucrative ride. Technological dominance, backed by Apex Tyranny innovations, the DreadTitan isn't just about speed, it's about smart, scalable innovation that keeps us ahead of the curve, both on the racetrack and in the market. He scans the audience, his tone bold and inspiring. Investing in the DreadTitan MK01 is more than a financial decision, it's a statement. A statement that you're ready to race into the future, fueled by cutting-edge technology and a drive to win. So, I ask you, are you ready to take your place in the winner's circle? Together, we're not just crossing the finish linear, we're redefining what it means to be champions. With a confident smile, Lord Melvex steps back, the screen shifting to an animated rendering of the DreadTitan tearing up a virtual racetrack. Page 4. Speech for Slide 7, Racing Technology with Cyclone Precision. Lord Melvex Corvin steps forward, his tone shifting to one of calculated confidence. The slide showcases a montage of the DreadTitan Mk01 in action, blazing down racetracks, interspersed with schematics highlighting Cyclone-inspired innovations. Racers and visionaries, let's talk about what powers the DreadTitan Mk01, a racing exoskeleton engineered with Cyclone technology at its core. What makes this technology indispensable for competitive racing? It's simple, the legacy of the Crusader Cyclone. Known as the Giant Killer, this groundbreaking platform revolutionized performance under extreme conditions. We've taken the Cyclone's unrivaled adaptability, firepower, and precision and refined it to dominate the racetrack. Key Cyclone-inspired advancements: advanced mobility systems. Borrowing from the Cyclone's superior maneuverability, the DreadTitan boasts unparalleled responsiveness, allowing racers to execute split-second maneuvers with pinpoint accuracy. Enhanced stability: the Cyclone's armor and sensors, originally designed for battlefield adaptability, now ensure maximum stability at high speeds and on challenging circuits. Integrated performance monitoring: real-time telemetry and diagnostics straight from Cyclone now give drivers the data they need to stay ahead in every race. Simply put, this isn't just a racing machine, it's a Cyclone reborn for speed and victory. He pauses, allowing the audience to take in the bold claims before delivering the punchline with a knowing smile. The DreadTitan Mk01 doesn't just run the race, it rewrites the rules, proving that Cyclone-inspired engineering is the ultimate edge for champions. Speech for Slide 8, Cyclone-driven competitive advantages. The next slide reveals performance metrics, emphasizing the DreadTitan's superiority in speed, stability, and adaptability. Corvin's tone grows dynamic, his passion undeniable. Now, let's dive into why the DreadTitan Mk01 reigns supreme on the racetrack, its Cyclone-driven advantages. Unmatched power and precision. Inspired by the Crusader Cyclone's long-range firepower and resilience, the DreadTitan translates these strengths into raw racing dominance. Faster starts, tighter turns, and top-end speeds unmatched by conventional designs. Proprietary control systems, adapted from Cyclone exoskeleton frameworks, these controls give racers a seamless connection to the machine, creating a synergy that outpaces the competition. Proven durability: whether it's the track's wear or the competition's pressure, the Cyclone DNA ensures the DreadTitan excels under every challenge. And the best part? It's scalable. This isn't just one champion, it's a platform for creating an entire fleet of race-winning machines. He leans forward, delivering the final line with a dramatic flourish. So here's the question: are you ready to unleash Cyclone precision on the racetrack and redefine what it means to win? The DreadTitan Mk01 is more than a machine, it's the future of racing, inspired by a legend. Page 5. Speech for Slide 9, Future Prospects in Racing Innovation. Lord Melvex Corvin steps forward, his gaze intense and his tone electrifying. The slide behind him showcases the evolution of the DreadTitan Mk01, with racing trophies and Cyclone-inspired schematics framing the vision. Ladies and gentlemen, racing enthusiasts and pioneers, let's talk about the future of our future. The DreadTitan Mk01 isn't just a machine, it's a movement, a revolution on wheels, and the flagship of Cyclone-inspired engineering. What's next for this racing powerhouse? Expanding performance frontiers. With the Cyclone's unparalleled adaptability, we're developing enhancements for specialized racing formats, think drag strips, endurance circuits, and off-road challenges. The DreadTitan is built to excel in every arena where speed meets skill. Cyclone Evolution. Our commitment to innovation doesn't stop at replication. We're refining the Cyclone's legendary control systems and modular capabilities to create custom solutions for every race condition. Creating the ultimate racing ecosystem. Through strategic partnerships and leveraging Madripoor's cutting-edge tech ecosystem, we aim to establish the DreadTitan as the go-to choice for racers who demand the best. The result? Not just domination on the track but a legacy that transforms the racing industry. This isn't just a bold claim, it's the Cyclone promise. He pauses, a sly grin creeping across his face. And let's be real, when your competitors see the DreadTitan's Cyclone-driven speed, precision, and adaptability, they'll realize they're not just chasing the finish line, they're chasing a legend. Speech for Slide 10, Join the Racing Revolution. The slide transitions to bold, racing-inspired visuals with the tagline, Unleash the Cyclone. Corvin's tone shifts to one of commanding invitation. Now comes the moment where you decide to make history. At Apex Tyranny Innovations, we're not just building racing machines, we're setting new standards, fueled by the Cyclone's unmatched legacy. Here's your opportunity. Invest in Oz Fund 5. Secure your stake in the unstoppable force redefining speed and precision on the racetrack. Be part of a movement, partner with us to push boundaries, win championships, and cement your place in racing history. Need more details? Here's how to connect. Phone, +1 650 ACE. Email, cyclone@apextriumph.com. But let's be clearer, this isn't just about numbers, it's about redefining racing itself. It's about proving that innovation doesn't just participate, it wins. He smirks, delivering the closing line with a confident nod. So, what do you say? Are you ready to claim your place at the forefront of racing's next great leap? Join us, and together, we'll unleash the Cycloneer and the future of speed. He steps back with a bow, as the audience erupts in applause, the energy of the vision captivating every racer's heart. Page 6. Slide 11, thank you are the future we built together. The screen shifts to an electrifying image of the DreadTitan Mk01 tearing through a racetrack, flames and sparks trailing its every move. The caption, the future isn't coming. We've built it. Lord Melvex Corvin stands at the forefront, his tone both appreciative and commanding. Ladies and gentlemen of Madripoor, before we part, let me thank you for joining us on this high-speed journey. Tonight wasn't just a presentation, it was a pit stop in the race toward a future defined by innovation, speed, and, yes, a touch of daring audacity. The DreadTitan Mk01, powered by Cyclone technology, isn't just a product, it's a movement. It's the realization of a vision where racing becomes a symphony of precision engineering and raw power. And while it may dominate the track, its greatest victory lies in the opportunity it offers you to be part of this revolution. You've seen what we've built. You've felt the passion and precision that drives Apex Tyranny innovations. Now, imagine what we can achieve together. He pauses, his smile breaking the tension with a hint of humor, and let's be honest, wouldn't it be great to say, I invested in the future, and it looked a lot like a rocket on wheels? Because let me tell you, nothing says a legacy like leaving tire marks on yesterday's limits. Slide 12, QA fueling your curiosity. The slide transitions to an image of the DreadTitan Mk01 midair, leaping over the finish line, as if inviting questions. The caption reads, questions? Let's shift gears. Lord Melvex Corvin faces the audience with a welcoming grin, his tone shifting to one of engagement and anticipation. Now, we enter the most exhilarating part of tonight's ride, the QA. This is your chance to dive under the hood, kick the tires, and see what makes the DreadTitan Mk01 roar. I know you've got questions, and believe me, I have answers. Whether it's about the technology, the markets we're racing into, or the returns we're accelerating toward, let's get into it. To kick things off, here are some questions you might be curious about. Strategic vision, where do we see the DreadTitan in 5 years? Spoiler alert, it involves podiums, profits, and a whole lot of champagne. Technological edge, what makes the DreadTitan untouchable on the track and unbeatable in innovation? Hint, it's all about the Cyclone. Competitive advantage, how do we plan to lap the competition and leave them eating our dust? No, really, we're leaving the dust custom made by Apex Typhoon tires, but don't let me steal the show, this is your moment to steer the conversation. He raises a hand, inviting the audience's participation. So, who's ready to shift gears and rev up the dialogue? Because if there's one thing we know at Apex Tyranny Innovations, it's that every great race starts with the perfect launch. He steps back, the room buzzing with excitement, as the image of the DreadTitan Mk01 flashes behind him, a symbol of speed, innovation, and opportunity. 6b. Slide 12, QA continued, answering the call of curiosity. Lord Melvex Corvin, exuding confidence and charisma, leans into the room's energy, prepared to tackle the more intricate inquiries head-on. 3. Market and industry analysis question, what is your assessment of the current and future market demand for robotic exoskeleton technologies? Excellent question. The global market for robotic exoskeletons is projected to grow at a staggering CAGR of 20% over the next decade, driven by advancements in AI, materials science, and, of course, consumer appetite for innovation. While many are focused on industrial and medical applications, we've carved out a niche in performance-oriented tech, specifically racing applications. Racing isn't just a sport, it's a proving ground. The DreadTitan Mk01 doesn't just compete, it dominates. This focus gives us a dual advantage. It demonstrates the Cyclone's capabilities to the public and positions us uniquely for B2B partnerships in adjacent markets, including high-performance equipment manufacturers. Question, who are your main competitors, and how do you plan to differentiate Apex Tyranny Innovations? Competitors? Sure, there are players dabbling in exoskeletons, but they're stuck in the slow lane, focusing on cumbersome industrial applications. Apex Tyranny Innovations is different. The Cyclone-powered DreadTitan Mk01 is light years ahead in speed, efficiency, and adaptability. Our differentiation strategy includes racing-first innovation, proving superiority in the most competitive, Adrenaline-driven environment. Superior tech stack. Proprietary Cyclone technology delivers unmatched power-to-weight ratios. Brand identity. The DreadTitan isn't just a product, it's a cultural icon in the making. We're not building for the masses, we're building for legends. He smirks. And let's face it, no one remembers second place. 4. Financial performance and projections question. Can you provide more detailed financial projections for the next 5 to 10 years, specifically related to the DreadTitan MK01? Absolutely. Over the next 5 years, we're forecasting a revenue CAGR of 25%, driven by direct sales, licensing agreements, and event sponsorships. By year 10, we anticipate $250 million in annual revenue, with 40% coming from racing exclusive deals and the remainder from expansion into related industries. Our financial model is built on 3 pillars: scalable production, leveraging modular design to minimize costs; strategic partnerships, exclusive agreements with race leagues and manufacturers; licensing revenue, Cyclone tech applications in secondary markets. Question: how do you plan to achieve the targeted IRR of 9% and cash-on-cash return of 10%? To achieve these benchmarks, we're employing a disciplined approach. Cost control, precision manufacturing keeps overhead low while maintaining quality. Revenue diversification. Racing may be our flagship, but partnerships and licensing create stable secondary income streams. Reinvestment strategy. 25% of net profits will be reinvested annually into R&D, ensuring we stay ahead of the curve and the competition. He chuckles lightly. In other words, it's not just about making the DreadTitan MK01 faster, it's about making your returns faster. Closing the loop, Melvex leans forward, his tone shifting to one of camaraderie. Investing with Apex Tyranny Innovations isn't just about return, so it's about fueling the future. Tonight's discussion has been thrilling, and I can't wait to hear your insights, ideas, and, of course, more of your questions. So, who's ready to cross the finish line with us and claim a piece of tomorrow's legacy? He steps back with a confident nod, inviting more questions as the audience murmurs with intrigue and interest. 6C. Slide 12, Q&A. Let's address the tough stuff. With a smile, Lord Melvex Corvin, ever the consummate showman, strides forward with a wry grin. He knows the tough questions are coming and he's ready. 5. Risk management question. What are the primary risks associated with the DreadTitan MK01 project, and what measures are in place to mitigate them? Risk management are the unglamorous but essential safety net. First, let's talk about the risks. They fall into 3 big buckets. Technological risks. What if our Cyclone tech doesn't perform? Spoiler, it will. Have you seen it in action? Market adoption risks. What if the market isn't ready for this level of awesomeness? Again, spoiler, it is. The racing world is already knocking on our door. Production risks. What if supply chains falter or costs spike? Cue dramatic gasp. Here's how we mitigate. Redundancy. R&D team is so ahead of the curve they're practically writing the next chapter in engineering. Strategic partners. We've got contracts with suppliers as loyal as a Madripoorian bartender at 3 a.m. Financial buffers. With contingency funds baked into every phase, we're ready to handle turbulence smoother than a cyclone on a straightaway. And if all else fails, we'll pivot to creating a line of exoskeletal bartenders, a guaranteed market fit. Question: how do geopolitical and regulatory environments, especially in Madripoor, impact your operations and risk profile? He pauses, raising an eyebrow. Well, this is Madripoor, where the regulatory framework is more of a suggestion than a rulebook, am I right? The room chuckles, but in all seriousness, we've got 2 major strategies. Local integration. Our facility and operations at 591 North Rifleman Cyclone Road are deeply rooted in the community, ensuring a strong local presence. Global outreach. Diversification keeps us insulated from any unique situations Madripoor might throw at us. Think of it as building an engine that runs on multiple fuels, so immunity to surprises. And let's be honest, if Madripoor ever had a rule we couldn't navigate, it would probably just mean we're being too innovative. 6. Operational capabilities question. Can you elaborate on the operational efficiencies and capabilities of the facility at 591 North Rifleman Cyclone Road? 591 North Rifleman Cyclone Road. Our pride and joy. It's more than a facility, it's a fortress of engineering brilliance. Picture this, a sprawling, state-of-the-art hub filled with tech so advanced it makes a Madripoorian casino look quaint. Here's what we've got: precision manufacturing tools, machines that can mill titanium to tolerances so fine, they make a surgeon jealous. Advanced testing rigs. If the DreadTitan can survive our test gauntlet, it can survive anything short of a Madripoorian traffic jam. Integrated design labs. Our engineers don't just dream big, they dream fast. Real-time prototyping means we're always ahead of the curve or the competition. He smirks. Honestly, I think the building itself might qualify as a superhero. Question: how do you ensure the reliability and quality of production in such a high-stakes industry? Well, when the stakes are this high, mediocrity isn't just a mistake here, it's treason. Our approach is twofold: obsessive quality control. Every DreadTitan MK01 goes through a rigorous 200-point inspection process. If it sneezes wrong, it's back to the lab. Staff excellence: we've got the best engineers, builders, and dreamers working 24/7, and I'm not just saying that because they can hear me. Plus, our motto is simple: A good isn't good enough if great is possible. And in Madripoor, A great means you're the one crossing the finish line while everyone else is still warming up. Final thoughts before the checkbooks come out. Melvex straightens his posture, letting a sly grin spread across his face. Ladies and gentlemen, questions like these show why you're not just investors or you're visionaries. Every challenge you've thrown at us is one we've anticipated, prepared for, and overcome. Now, who's ready to make history with us? The DreadTitan MK01 is more than a machine, it's a movement. Let's take the wheel together. With a flourish, he gestures toward the audience, ready for the next wave of questions or their pledges. 6D. Slide 12, Q&A. Talent, culture, and saving the world. Melvex steps forward again, this time with a playful smirk. 7. Talent and workforce question: what are your strategies for attracting and retaining top engineering talent in Madripoor? Melvex grins. Simple. We've turned our hiring process into an art form. At Apex Tyranny Innovations, it's not just a job interview, it's an adventure. Prospects don't just submit our A-copyright some A-copyright they build mini hovercrafts, solve real-world problems, and, occasionally, dodge a laser maze. Once they're on board, we treat them like royalty, well, the kind of royalty that loves circuit boards and torque wrenches. Our benefits package includes top-tier pay, because talent this good shouldn't have to haggle at Madripoor's night market. Cutting-edge tools: we give them gadgets so advanced even Tony Stark would call and say, "Hey, nice." Perks that matter, like catered lunches and a fully stocked coffee lab that's more high-tech than most startups. He pauses, leaning in conspiratorially. And let's not forget the real draw: free Cyclone test rides on weekends. Nothing says job satisfaction like roaring through Madripoor on a cutting-edge exosuit. Question: how does the innovative work culture, such as the 2-hour microcontroller design tournament and the coffee badging system, contribute to overall productivity and innovation? Our secret sauce is culture. The 2-hour microcontroller design tournament? It's like Fight Club but for nerds. Engineers duke it out figuratively with circuit boards, coding brilliance, and sheer willpower. Winner gets bragging rights and a championship belt made of scrap metal. And the coffee badging system? That's our way of gamifying caffeine. Drink enough lattes, and you unlock badges like Espresso Overlord or Ava Java Knight. It's hilarious, sure, but it also creates a sense of camaraderie and occasionally a caffeine-fueled breakthrough or two. He shrugs. Hey, happy engineers build great machines. It's a win-win. 8. Environmental and social responsibility question: what steps are you taking to ensure the DreadTitan MK01 and its production processes are environmentally sustainable? Great question. First, let's acknowledge the obvious: building exosuits isn't the greenest job on Earth. But we're not here to dodge responsibility, we're here to innovate. Here's how we're minimizing our environmental impact: sustainable materials. We source recycled alloys and eco-friendly composites wherever possible. Every DreadTitan MK01 has the soul of a soda can and the durability of a tank. Energy-efficient production: our facility at 591 North Rifleman Cyclone Road is powered by solar panels, wind turbines, and let's be honest, to sheer brilliance. Recycling programs: we even recycle old prototypes. When we say the future isn't coming, we've built it, we also mean we've rebuilt it. He chuckles. Now if only we could figure out how to turn Madripoorian traffic jams into renewable energy, we'd be unstoppable. Question: how does Apex Tyranny Innovations address corporate social responsibility, particularly given Madripoor's unique context? Melvex adopts a thoughtful expression, then cracks a smile. Madripoor, the city where the line between A, corporate social responsibility, and A, keeping your neighbors happy, is razor thin. We lean in. Here's what we do: community engagement. From sponsoring local racing events to funding tech boot camps for Madripoorian youth, we're all about giving back. Job creation: with every DreadTitan we produce, we're not just building machines, we're building careers. And sometimes friendships forged in caffeine wars. Urban revitalization: we've repurposed abandoned warehouses into thriving tech hubs. Because nothing says progress like turning a derelict into a delightful. He glances around the room, his grin widening. Let's just say, in Madripoor, being socially responsible isn't just a business move, it's a survival strategy. And we're thriving. Final call for questions. With a theatrical bow, Melvex gestures to the audience. Now, who's got the next burning question? Or shall we skip ahead to the part where you say, Shut up and take my money. 6e. Slide 12, Q8 Partnerships, Profits, and Peace of Mind. Malvex, still brimming with enthusiasm and just a hint of theatrical flair, steps forward to address the next round of questions. 9. Strategic Partnerships and Alliances question. Are there any existing or planned strategic partnerships that could enhance the development and deployment of the DreadTitan Mk01? Absolutely. At Apex Tyranny Innovations, we don't just build machines, we build relationships. For the DreadTitan Mk01, we've already locked in collaborations with some of the sharpest minds and boldest companies in Madripoor. For instance, we're teaming up with Madripoor Advanced Robotics Institute for sensor optimization. Their motto is if it can't see it, it doesn't exist, which, I admit, makes hide and seek with them a nightmare. We're also working with Vortex Power Systems to develop a power core so efficient, it might actually double as a mobile coffee warmer. Imagine that, saving the world and never suffering through lukewarm coffee again. Future partnerships? Let's just say we're always swiping right on innovation. Question: how do you leverage collaborations with local institutions or other tech companies to advance your goals? Local collaboration is key. Madripoor may be a melting pot of chaos and ingenuity, but we see it as fertile ground for partnerships. We've got RD agreements with universities where the brightest students test our prototypes, are usually with minimal explosions. And don't even get me started on our alliance with Talk Tech Racing Syndicate. They're helping us test the Cyclone racing exosuits in ways that definitely void every warranty. Our philosophy? When you mix Madripoor's daring spirit with Apex's relentless innovation, you don't just move the needle, you reinvent the gauge. 10. Exit strategy question. What are the planned exit strategies for investors, and what potential scenarios are in place to ensure favorable returns? Malvex leans in, hands clasped as if about to share a secret. The exit strategy are the part of the pitch where I tell you how you'll be sipping Mai Tais on Madripoor's Sapphire Coast. Here's how we see it: IPO potential. If you've ever dreamed of owning a piece of the company that made a giant robot chic a global trend, this is your shot. Strategic acquisition. With all the buzz around the DreadTitan Mk01, tech giants are already circling. Trust me, they'd love to slap their logo on our brilliance. Private buyout. If neither of those excites you, there's always the big mysterious benefactor option. You know Madripoor as someone with a yacht and a questionable past will step up. He winks. Point is, you'll have more ways to cash out than a Madripoorian poker champ on a hot streak. Question: how do you plan to maintain investor confidence and communicate progress effectively throughout the project lifecycle? The age-old question of trust. Lucky for you, we take investor relations as seriously as we take our exosuit durability tests, which, for the record, involve a lot of fireworks. Here's the game plan: quarterly updates, with dashboards so detailed, you'll feel like you're piloting a DreadTitan from your couch. Investor portals, a custom app where you can track progress, ask questions, and watch live feeds of our test traces, because nothing builds confidence like seeing your investment literally in action. Annual investor gala, it's part business, part party. And yes, you can take the Mk01 for a spinner pending a signed waiver, of course. Malvex pauses, then delivers the punchline. Basically, we'll keep you so informed you'll know about delays before we do. Closing words, he steps back with a sweeping bow, gesturing to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is yours. Hit me with your toughest questions or, if you're ready, the paperwork to join the future. He smiles, adding with a wink. And remember, the DreadTitan Mk01 doesn't just stomp the competition, it dances through it. Let's make history together. Page 7. Pitch on KPIs for Oz Fund 5, capital raising for the Crusader Cyclone Racing Division. Malvex steps forward, adjusting his suit and clearing his throat as he looks around the room of accredited investors in Madripoor. Good afternoon, esteemed investors. I'm thrilled to present you with the exciting opportunity that is the Oz Fund 5, focused on revolutionizing the future of racing through the manufacturing of the Crusader Cyclone exoskeletons and its applications in our Cyclone Racing Division. But before we rev up the engines, let's take a quick pit stop and talk about the key performance indicators, or KPIs, that will ensure you're not just investing in the future, but driving it toward profitability. 1. Net operating income, NOI. Let's start with the basics. The NOI for our project is currently at $2,850,000. This means that after we've taken care of operating expenses, we're left with a healthy profit like a well-tuned engine humming along at top speed. It's a solid figure that reflects the smooth operations and our ability to generate revenue with the Crusader Cyclone exoskeletons and related operations. If our property were a race car, this would be the engine that purrs without overheating. And believe me, we keep this engine cool. 2. Capitalization rate, cap rate. The cap rate for this project is an impressive 10%. This is a key indicator of how quickly the investment will pay back, and let me tell you, it's like getting a turbocharged boost from the starting line. It's not just about high-speed profits, it's about ensuring that every dollar you invest accelerates at an optimal pace. And that 10% cap rate? It's our promise that we know how to race this thing and win. 3. Debt Service Coverage Ratio, DSCR. Now, the DSCR sits at 2.05, which means for every dollar we owe, we're making more than 2. In racing terms, think of this as the pit crew making sure our fuel tank is always topped off, even if we're speeding down the straightaway. It's that cushion we've built in, ensuring that the Cyclone racing division will never run on empty. You can rest easy knowing the numbers are working overtime. We're kind of like a pit crew that never sleeps. 4. Occupancy Rate. The occupancy rate is currently 87%. Now, this isn't just about how full the garage is, it's about knowing that we've got solid tenants, so whether that's in our facilities or the people racing in those Crusader Cyclones. This number reflects the reliability of our partnerships and operations. And yes, we aim to get it to 100%, but we're more focused on the quality of occupancy over quantity. We don't just fill space, we fill it with purpose. 5. Lease Expiration Schedule. Moving on to the Lease Expiration Schedule, which is set to extend until 2027. This means stability. Think of it as ensuring that our engines are still revving strong years into the future, with solid tenants signed up long-term. There's no unexpected pit stop here. We're talking about a carefully mapped-out course where everyone knows when it's time to accelerate or brake. 6. Operating Expense Ratio, OR. With an OR of 62%, we're keeping things lean. Our operating expenses are optimized to ensure we're not wasting resources on unnecessary maintenance. We're like a finely tuned exoskeleton. Every component is working in perfect harmony to maximize efficiency. We're constantly fine-tuning to ensure that as we race forward, we're not burning cash, just rubber. 7. Loan-to-value ratio, LTV. Our loan-to-value ratio stands at a healthy 68%. For you, that's a comfortable level of leverage. It means that we've got skin in the game, but we're not overextending ourselves like some of those other high-risk startups you've seen in the pit lane. This allows us to take advantage of opportunities while keeping a firm grip on the wheel of driving growth without hitting the financial walls. 8. Internal Rate of Return, IRR. We're targeting a 9% IRR over the next few years. Now, I know what you're thinking, what does that mean in layman's terms? Simply put, it means that for every dollar you invest, you're getting back a healthy return of about 9% per year. That's the kind of horsepower that'll keep you ahead of the competition on the track. It's more than just numbers, it's momentum. 9. Cash-on-cash return. With a 10% cash-on-cash return, we're looking at solid, predictable returns on your investment. That means for every dollar you invest, you'll be seeing a 10% return in cash. Not in promises. Not in unicorns. In cash. Think of it as our pit stop strategy. We're getting you in, tuned up, and back on the track as quickly as possible. 10. Net Present Value, NPV. We've calculated the NPV of the project at $4,200,000. That's the present value of future cash flows, discounted back to today. It's like saying, if I can time travel and see the future, that's the value of my investment today. And yes, it's positive, which is always a good sign. We're not talking about chasing the future in the hopes it'll catch up. We're talking about creating a value proposition that stands strong right now. Closing thoughts on KPIs. Investors, these KPIs aren't just numbers on a page, they're the very foundation of our project. They reflect everything from operational efficiency to financial stability, and we've designed them with precision, like a well-oiled Crusader Cyclone. We know the track. We know the numbers. And we're ready to put the pedal to the metal. Thank you for considering the OzFund 5, where innovation meets acceleration. If you're ready to join us in building the future of racing, we're all revved up and waiting for you to jump in. Malvex flashes a grin and gives a wink. Questions? Let's make this race even more interesting.